Monday. Oh, how's everybody doing this fine day? So this is another work break pinball session. Nothing too elaborate. We are going to work on the bat. Kind of hard to see on this one camera here because that's in the way, but that's okay. You can see it here, and you can see it on that one. All right. I figure I can get this done in like an hour. Hopefully, obviously less. Service PayPal. Yes, I have. Yeah, so we're gonna work on the bat. After that, the only thing I have to work on here is this mixer thing. I'm gonna order my coils. I've got a hold coil that's pretty toasty down there, and I've got two coils on here that are pretty toasty that I'm gonna change out. And there's a few of them on this. Let's see if we can see it here. I'm probably not gonna be able to see it because I have the towel over it. But there's a few down here, and they're all the same, and they're pretty toasty too. Not too bad. I mean, I've seen a lot worse when it comes to coils that are toasty, but so I'd like to get these ones. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these M29 1100s, this Z28 whatever, and then the two that are up here. So I'm going to order a bunch of coils today so that by the time Thursday rolls around, which, well, Thursday's Thanksgiving, so I won't be doing it on Thursday, but by the time I need it, I'll have the coils. Because after we do this, we're going to work in the back box, and that should give me enough time so the coils can come in. Today we got to look at this bad boy. This is this bat solenoid. I'm moving the bat with my hand from underneath right now. So it's a full voltage 120 volt solenoid, which is really kind of cool, neat. Over here you can see it in the one camera. This is a adjustment that increases or decreases the bat power. So we're just going to assume that works. I mean, we won't know until we get started, but this is pretty rough here. We're going to try to clean all this stuff apart, or take it apart, clean inside this coil. And I know it has a metal coil sleeve, and it's just going to stay that way because it's a strange size. But we'll try to get the coil stock cleaned. The switch, it looks okay. This stuff kind of annoys me though. I don't like half of this stuff right here. So we're gonna do our best to clean it up and get that done for our work break pinball session. Look, pieces are already breaking off of it. All right, so what I did the last time, I got to do again, is make sure I take some photos. I'm pretty sure that the bat itself on the bottom is attached from the top. At least last time I checked. Oh, hey, what's going on? Hello. Hello there, gentle viewer. I get my other computer so I can see what's going on over there. Yeah. So I think the bat is attached. I'll check one more time, but I think the bat is attached from the top, so I don't have to. Well, once I pull this pin out, I'm probably going to have the bat fall out. So I'm going to have to check that kind of stuff too. It's all new to me. It's kind of like a flipper, but it's not. All right. So what do I want to take apart first? I think I want to take the spring off. Spring up over here. How you doing today? Come on, man. There we go. Spring. Come on. So yeah, so today this is what we're doing. We're just gonna clean this bat. I want to make sure I don't drop any pieces. So we have the spring is right here. This is now loose. This bothers me only because I think it's rubber and it's just kind of old. but we may have to live with it. I don't know if I can do anything about that piece right there. But we have a lot of these little pins to pull out, and I got to get all that gunk off. So we'll leave that guy because he's not affecting this. Let's see if we can get this part apart. This part apart? A part of it. That's on there. Just be careful with these spring pins because they want to fly back at you or fly off. Ooh, there we go. Luckily that one shot into my finger, but it's pretty put him up here for now. And then we got a washer on here too. Put that there. Okay, that'll get that part off, and then we gotta take this guy off. Now I don't know if the bat's gonna fall through. It might fall through. So I might want to be careful here. I think just the score motor's right underneath there, so let me check my bat. I don't want to. That. Get this washer off. Right there. So that's free-ish. Kinda. So that's got to be on there. Alright. I think it looks like I have to take this off. Yes. To get underneath there. So I wonder if just taking the pin off would do it. And slide it out. It's got one of these little cotter pins on it too, but I think that's keeping the roller on and not necessarily taking off this thing. So a lot of little different parts to get at to try to get this part, but I'm thinking now I might have to take the switch off in order to get to that, and at least hold it in place and then take the nut off the back. But we got to do every single step because what's the point if we're just going to do a little bit? I need to get a crescent. I got a crescent over here. I saw you one day. There you are. Alright, so I'll take the switch off. We got to clean the switch too. This shouldn't be a high voltage thing here. Well, maybe it is, but it's clean. So I'm not worried about the switch. Just get it out of the way so I don't bend it. Then, yeah. So we're having fun here in New Mexico. I don't know how everybody else's COVID is going, but ours is very, very, very bad. Or at least that's what the government wants to tell us, that it's very bad. And so everything is shutting down. Our grocery stores have lines going all the way out the door. Some of them are going to get shut down, I think. So yeah, fun times. Leading up to Thanksgiving. Alright, we have... Okay, so this has, on the back of it, it had this plate that, that's what the screws screw into, and then it has a spring plate on the front. We just need to be careful not to lose any of these pieces. The switch stack seems to just be a solid piece. It doesn't seem to be sandwiched. I'm just going to try to keep all these parts together so that I remember where I'm at when I go to put it back together. I want to be careful not to bend the switches. Alright, screw on there a little bit. Just a little bit. And get out of the way. Alright, just stay there. I also need to identify what this fuse is on the schematic, not the actual fuse itself, because who knows if somebody put the right fuse in it. Somebody could have put the wrong fuse in it. Alright, where's my crescent wrench? Let's see what we got going on here. This roller thing is just disgusting. Well, it's tight. That's one. Question is, am I going to break something? And the only thing I think I might be breaking is my screwdriver or my wrist. Alright, let me just get that on there and then unscrew it. There we go. This is a very interesting setup though. It's weird. But it looks like it shouldn't be so gross like this. However, it is metal on metal, so maybe I can put a little bit of Teflon, or not Teflon, white lithium grease, or my dry lube. One of the two. Probably the lithium to keep it moving. We're going to get this to shine, though. It should not look like that. Alright. That's a nylon nut on the back. And there's that. I think, oh, there is a washer. And then this thing, does it slide off? Well, we got a pin. There's so many pieces on just this one part. I don't know if this slides off or not, if it's supposed to roll like this. We might have to get a little bit of alcohol or something in there to loosen that up. Which I don't have any prepared. I didn't prep any alcohol before the stream. Why? Hopefully I don't run out because I do not want to go to the store. Alright, you just sit up here for now. Just going to dunk that guy in there. Just going to let him sit. Alright, so I think we're free over here now. So this can come up. Yep, that moves our... Look at that beefy boy. This guy's beefy. And very, very grimy. I don't like that at all. So this got to be all cleaned off. Ugh. I can smell it. It's just bad. And then what's going on here? This... see if it's... what is it attached to? No, the bat's separate. That's it. There's nothing here. Okay, this just comes off. There's that. All these pieces here. What's happening? What are we working on? We're working on the bat. Hi, Pez. How you doing? We're working on the bat for the line drive. We're taking it apart. It is a very weird setup and very disgusting right now. So I'm going to be using a lot of dry lube, and this is the actual bat itself, I think. Yep. Alright, so the bat, well, there's a cotter pin here, so maybe, no. Nope, that's not coming out. I don't want to take that out. But the bat has a Phillips on top. So, in order to facilitate me cleaning this properly, I think I'm going to have to take the bat off. Without being able to see it, because it's underneath here. I know it's a Phillips, though. Isn't it? Maybe it's not a Phillips. Where's my camera? When all else fails, get your camera. What's under there? Is it a washer? Oh, it's just a nylon nut. I thought it was, alright, it's a nylon nut on there, so that just need a crescent wrench then. But it's got to come off, because that is disgusting. Just like all this crap. Ugh. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yeah, just a nylon nut holding the bat on the top. I don't know if it's slotted or not. Magical old pinball juice. Yeah, for something that's supposed to be a dry system, that's pretty magical. So here's the thing. I'm going to have to figure out if this is not slotted. I'm going to have to figure out where the back goes back in when we're done. But that's not my main concern right now because apparently it's a very easy thing. It's just this freaking nylon nut. Let's get past the point of... There we go. There we go. Alright. Nylon nut's coming off. Hopefully I don't drop it underneath here. Pulling the bat off. There they are. There's our bat. Very simple. Nylon nut that was on top. And then this guy. What is it attached to now? It's got some stops. I think. Huh. Boy, just dirty, dirty, dirty here. I may have to look at that in a minute for right now, but it doesn't feel good. I don't like the way that feels either. You got to take this guy off, get that coil out of there, or at least get the coil sleeve out of there and clean it because we're not going to be able to replace that one. I don't have one. Ooh, this has a broken locking washer, which we'll get another one on there. We'll also put a bit of Loctite on there as well. Let's see what's going on with this thing. All right. Take the front end off. Ooh, wow, this... Okay. That is... Okay, that's different. Trying to get this off of the coil sleeve. And then the coil sleeve out the back, maybe. Maybe not. But the coil stop is spring-loaded. The coil stop is spring-loaded. That's, that is interesting. I don't know if I can get this coil sleeve out of here. Ow. Well, we're just gonna... Maybe it stays there. This is all sorts of new for me. This is not what I expected to find. A spring-loaded coil stop and just dirt on dirt on dirt. That is crazy. I gotta get my hands clean. Surprise! Yeah, spring-loaded coil stop. Alright, where is this? Kind of clean off my hands just a little bit. Wow, that is some interesting parts. I wonder if, let's see here. If I take the whole plate off, which I might as well, right? I mean, we're doing it. Hand cleaning brought to you, oh yes, sorry, hand cleaning brought to you by Spray Away. When you don't have hand soap, but you have Spray Away, Spray Away. With our 1950s logo, which goes great because we are all 1950s, or old games anyway. All right, we got a lot pulled out here. I'm going to remember everything on how it goes back together, but I need to take it all apart. So we're going to take the actual mounting plate off the bottom. So speaking of these plates, while I'm taking this one off, the Lights Camera Action, that was the first System 3 game for Gottlieb, and the frames for the flippers were a very bad design. They changed them after, I don't know when, like 6 months later or a year later or whatever. They changed all of the plates, the mounting plates. So if you have any Gottlieb that's System 3, like that just the beginning of System 3, you want to check your mounting plates to see that they haven't cracked. We had 2 out of 3 of our mounting plates were cracked. And luckily Marco had some replacements that fit. Alright, we got these screws. I'm going to use this little cup. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's see if this will pull all the way out now. There we go. Alright, so standard looking mounting plate, except I don't like this at all. This is like metal on metal. So that part is all together. So the only way to take this apart is there's this pin that's in here that I'm going to have to take that off, because that is ridiculous. So yeah, this is a weird setup. Why don't they just use a flipper? Does this give you a lot more power, or at least why didn't they set it up to look the same way as a flipper? So I'm going to have to pin this out. So this is where we're going to start. I'm going to clean this pad. Don't lose the screws. Don't lose that. That stays there. That's stuff that goes on the thing. That goes there. Clean that. We'll work our way back up. So obviously this part shouldn't be too bad. This is just a thing. Get that there. All that dirt this way so it's not blowing back into the machine. There was something that was stapled here on paper, whatever that was, that is now gone. Is there a dial to adjust the bat strength? Yes. Can you see it right here? This camera? This right here to adjust the strength of the bat. So I don't think there's anything I can do to that other than I don't think I can really clean that as much. But this guy is just crazy. Alright, so I'm going to have to take this pin out, which means I'm going to need some needle nose pliers. And we'll work our way backwards. We'll get the pin out, we'll clean it, we'll dry lube it, because it looks like it's just metal on metal. Oh, there they are. Looks like it's just metal on metal, so we'll dry lube in there. And then we'll put the plate back on. Hopefully I don't break this pin, but really nothing I can do about it. I just have to get another pin if I do. Pretty tight. Might need a screwdriver to get a little bit of space going on here. Oh, that's a lovely sound. Normally, if it's a cleaning sound, the squeaky clean is nice, but that's not a good sound when I'm trying to get a bat to move. Alright. I have a feeling I'm going to have to get another one of these pins, but hopefully I'm not breaking it. I don't think I'm going to break it. Hopefully. But when was it last removed? 1972? Who knows? We'll just put a pin in there. Yeah, we're never going to have to get back into that thing, so it doesn't matter. Why would we want to do something like, I don't know, a set screw? Set screws can just fall off. This ain't going nowheres. There we go. So I got to straighten up the pin just so I can hopefully slide it out the back. And then that should separate these two pieces. Not a lot of room. Slide. Sliding. It's sliding. See if I can get this under. Come on. can go straight, that'd be nice. Ugh. Bending it's just going to make it worse. Let's see if I get like this. Oh, come on. Oh, that is a... They make those a little tight to go in there. Like maybe they don't want it to be removed. You should never have to remove this, except for 48 years later. I was doing a better job with the screwdriver here, I think. Come on, dude. Alright, well, maybe I'm going to have to do a little bit of a tappy. It's a tight fit. They must have tapped it in there anyway. Alright, well, you just sit back in your hole for a second. And I will try to find a way that gets this to pull out without screwing something up. I like the idea of just using these needle nose, but what dropped? That was a screw. Come on, guy. I have to, man. I will get the freaking channel locks. I do not care. Come on. That worked, but not enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah! There's this stupid pin. Feel like I'm going to need to get another one. This is all rubber that's just all chewed up. That is another thing I'm going to probably Home Depot find something to get that with. Alright, we got that off. So that means it's just dirt holding this on. I believe, anyway. Yep. Oh, there we go. There's that piece. And then... Oh, come on. What are we talking about? What is going on with these pieces? So it's got a little ridge on that side. It's got to come out somewhere. So maybe this piece unscrews from this bolt. I mean, it has to somehow. Let's see if I can pull it off there with the crescent wrench without breaking it. Breaking it would be a no-no. You stay there. You come here. Is it turning or am I turning the whole thing? It's turning the whole thing. It does not have... It's very interesting. Doesn't look threaded. So yeah, so basically we have on this side, go down this way and over this way. So on this side we have like a little lip sticking out of it that goes above. And then on the other side is this. I'm not sure what what happens here. Maybe is that spring loaded or something? Let me just check here. Oh, oh, oh! It comes out. Never mind. Sorry. Well, that happens. Let's not break glass. Alright, so now it should slide out. There we go. That's what's going on. Okay. Oh my gosh. Disgusting. So there's a little, on the end piece here, there's a space with the, oh my gosh, stay in frame. There's a space with a groove, and then this thing sits in the groove. And I guess that kind of locks it from sliding back down. So that is very interesting too. Let's not lose that. But here is the beginning. Now we just got to get this guy super clean. I'm going to take you out of the alcohol real quick while I get this guy. Interesting setup. Never seen this before. And then it's just, there's nothing else in there. So it's metal on metal. So we're just going to do the dry lube in there. I might have to do a little bit of sanding on this. I don't know. Does not feel good. Yeah, or maybe use some of the polish or something. But either way, I need to get this part cleaned up because this needs to move freely. Because that's where the bat's on. It's the only pivot point. Metal on metal. Got a little bit of an indentation here. Let me see what happens. What happens when I go to mother? I don't want to do too much. I don't want to damage anything, but I want to get some parts cleaned off. This part of polishing brought to you by Mother's Mag and Aluminum Polish. Soon to be brought to you by Blaster when we put the dry lube on it. Polish our... Ow. Yeah, I can't imagine that this was ever taken apart since the 70s. It feels like I am working in the past right here. The distant past. So the actual rod itself is a little indented right here, and that could be over time or by manufacturer. But I'm going to suspect it's over time that it got indented in that part just from being used. Try to polish it out here just a little bit more. Try to get some of this grime off of it so it wants to turn smoothly. There's a lot. There we go. All right, let me get a new piece of paper towel. That looks a lot better. Look at that. We were starting with all that grime. Let's get a little bit of alcohol on here. This part hides underneath the bat, so it's probably just dirty. I think that's the best that's going to come here. This doesn't look, looks a lot better than it did, you know. So that's our first part. So now we got to get this guy, well, the rest of the plate too, but we'll get this guy cleaned up. Let me grab a little bit of my sanding paper here. I don't want to do the rod. I just want to do this outside bit if I can. Try to smooth some of that off. Okay. Stay out the way. Nice. Nice, nice. This bat is going to love this. Alright, that guy is looking pretty good. Let's not lose him. Stay there. Here we go. You. I don't have anything for this right now. I may need to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or something and get... These are just kind of like rubber... Just a rubber bumper is basically what it's supposed to be doing. So I think I can get some thick washers or something and stack them up on top of each other, or, you know, figure it out. But this doesn't seem like a... This I can deal with when it's all put together. This is not going to affect the actual working of the bat. Alright, get some of this off. Grind time! Ooh. Especially kind of trying to get into this hole here, and this is going to be Q-tips that are not Q-tips. I'm sorry, they're Equate tips. That's okay. But we got to get in there, got to get it clean. Gotta get in there, gotta get it clean, gotta get all that grime out. Why would you ever want to have that so much grime? I think on the first pass, these Q-tips are going to be just pitch black. Stuffing 3 in there so I can get some pressure along the inside wall. Well, if I can stuff 3 in there. Well, maybe I can only stuff 2. Alright, get that one out of my way. We're not doing this over anything I already cleaned, did I? No. Yep, first pass, just covered in blick. This is going to be one of those that I kind of need to let it soak for a second. I might. It's almost a big enough hole. Yeah, wow. Honestly, I'm not surprised at this point. It might be a big enough hole that I can twist in a piece of alcohol-covered paper towel, and that might give me enough pressure on the inside walls so that I can get it cleaned up as much as I can. This is kind of how I would do a coil sleeve. If I didn't have any spare coil sleeves, I would kind of twist in a piece of paper towel that's covered in alcohol. If I can. It's almost big enough. Maybe not. Well, I got a little bit, getting a little bit of ways. Let's go through the other way. Let's go through the other side. If your bat's not going to give you enough power, this will be it. Not having, you know what? Since this is a closed part, it's not like the steppers on the hinges. Maybe I should just put some white lithium grease on that bat piece. White lithium or dry lube? What's going to give me less? Dry lube. Dang it. Thinking 2 different ways. Yeah, dry lube. Let's go dry lube. Alright, let's see what happens now with some Q-tips. Brush, brush, brush. Brushing inside. Gonna get all cleaned. Or die trying. Well, not as dirty, but there's still a little bit of dirt in there. This gigantic mounting plate makes me feel like a giant. Or like I'm tiny and it's a giant. Alright, that is a lot better in there. So we have this guy, and it went this way. So it's going to go like that. And just rub back and forth and rub back and forth. So, Dry Lube, brought to you by Blaster since 1957. Gonna get this back on. Just gonna fill it up. Fill it up with dry lube. Drain out the bottom. Right? This way. Man. I mean, it feels way better than it did, but I still don't like the way it feels. Alright, so, well, actually, no, it's feeling really good. It's feeling good. I think I just need to get some on the, I am going to use a little bit of lithium grease. I'm sorry, I'm going to use a little bit. Just a small little bit. Maybe I'll put it on the paper towel. I don't like such. It's just to me, I'm wondering, did they design? Is it one of those like, oh, this is the best innovation of design we have to do this for the time that we're in, or is it like, it's good enough? Clean that out. Ugh. We have not used the lithium grease in a while, have we? No, we have not. This piece of paper towel. So I'm just going to put a little bit. It's not that much. I want to rub it on here. Get it up. I want to get it up so that this part right here is lubricated. But not over lubricated. Just want to get something to give it a little bit of a little bit of a cushioning, so it's not so metal on metal rubbing. Yeah, so that's gonna work. A little bit lithium grease. What's going on, eBay? Oh yeah, I forgot, I ordered stuff. I got we have our Hyperball, our Williams Hyperball, and it has some busted plastics on it, and somebody on eBay had a set of plastics, so yay. I think that's going to be the next one I work on after we get Devil's Dare done. That feels good. This feels really good. So now I got to get this little piece of metal to go back in here. So it has a little bit of a groove on the inside of this little piece of metal. And I think that's because that's where the cotter pin slides through. So I got to make sure I put this back in the right way. And don't lose it. Come on. Go in. Oh, this is a bad angle. It's a bad angle. There we go. Oozing out. Alright, so now that little piece of metal is back in there. That holds that in place. So now we got to set this aside for a second because I got to get the other part cleaned off. sit you down here for just a second, buddy. Don't go nowhere. All right, this part. So this is our other disgusting, sticky part here. That might get a little bit of lithium grease too, because that's another metal on metal situation. But first, yeah. Very interesting. So even if they used the right lubricant way back in the day, or when it was repaired, it just sat on here for 20 years and never got touched up. So we gotta get all that off. I want you to shine, buddy. Shine like the star I know you are. Well, looks like we're gonna have to go talk to Mother. Mothers, how do you polish stuff? Or some sandpaper. No, we'll do Mother's. We'll get Mother's on here first. Come on. Get this excess crumb off of it. Ugh. All around it. That is so crazy. Not sure what this stuff is. Where's a little bit of screwdriver here? Is it just caked on? Yeah, it's just caked on. Alright. If it's just caked on grease, then we're just gonna stick you in a little bit of alcohol right now. I'm just gonna, without spilling it everywhere. We're just gonna take a little bit of bath for a couple seconds while there we go. While we contemplate how this all went together. Alright, so we have this piece here. Another just grimy piece. Hopefully there's no, yeah, that doesn't look like there's any cracks in it. Does look a little beat up, but I think all of this stuff is just the grease. I think, yeah, saying just break it off with my fingers. All that stuff. Ugh. Why? If ever you go to buy a pinball machine and you know that it's just been sitting in some guy's garage for 15, 20 years and they tell you, hey, well, let's just turn it on. Hey, let's not do that. The guy did that with the Lights Camera Action. He sent me pictures of it on. I'm like, oh, I wish he wouldn't have turned it on. But luckily, nothing bad happened. Got to get through all these parts. Just grimy, sticky, grimy. Yeah, the whole thing is just the whole bat mechanism, and this is all there is on this game. There is no other flipper or you got this one mechanism. Might get some sandpaper on here, buddy. So that's what it's looking like right now. Update available. Screw your update available. You picked the wrong times to be updating. Need some skizzers. Skizzers. This is just some really fine tan. This is just what is this? 400 grit sandpaper. Just trying to get a little bit. My hands just feel sticky from all of this. All right, how are you doing for a second? Let's go back to this guy for a second. He's been soaking for a minute. Is any of this stuff coming off better? Jeez Louise. Come on, get off of there. It's all whatever this lubricant was. It's all up in its grill. All up in my grill, yo. Come on, get off. It's caked on there pretty good. Trying to get all that off. You're gonna flow, swing like you've never swung before. Once we get all this crap off. Whew. All right, well. I mean, that's that part of it. Still have to get into this part of it. Metal on metal. I guess that was just all the options they had. Well, note that on here too, this has just a little groove right there, so it's going to line up exactly how that piece of metal on that other side goes. But that's, again, another metal to metal situation, so if anything, I got to put the dry lube in there. Well, it doesn't. Well, actually, no. This part doesn't move. Yeah, this doesn't move on itself, so I don't have to put anything in here. Just got to clean it out a little bit. And hopefully I can get that pin back in. All right, this guy's looking a lot better now. A lot less like it came out of the 70s. A little bit more like it came out of maybe 1995. We're trying to get it up to the year 2003, maybe, on its looks. The bottom part, where's this? Yeah, so the bottom part, this part, however, is going to be touching metal on metal. So that, I think, will put a little bit more lithium grease right there. Just a little bit. But that's it. That's this part here. Get all this garbage put away. This guy. That guy. A little bit on this side. Okay. That's that. All right, we'll bring this guy up here very carefully. All right, so you were set up in a way that the pin goes in there like that. But before I push you down, I want to get a little bit of lithium grease under there. I forgot to mention the brand. Lucas Oil Products. High performance. White lithium grease. There you go. Just a little tad. It's going to rub around in there. Ooh. Just shot that part out, but luckily I shot it into my hand. Alright. Get this little metal piece put back in here again. Come on, buddy. You have to squeeze a little bit here to get that little itty bitty metal piece that holds it all lined up. I just want to get it to line up here so I can squeeze it down a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Now, is the hole lined up? Can't tell because I got lithium grease in there. Yeah, buy it where all lithium grease products are sold. Wherever you buy your favorite lithium grease, that's the one you should buy. And that's where you should buy it. Tell old man Peabody. Yeah, there we go. I just ran a toothpick through here to make sure I got to where the cotter pin's supposed to be. All right, let me straighten this guy back up. See if I can get it back in there. Yeah, we got a little bit of a excess grease. That's okay. Where's my... Why do you feel crunchy? Oh, because I messed up my needle nose. FYI, looking at the parts catalog, the coil is H241150. According to Action Pinball, it has a built-in brass coil sleeve. So it looks like it's not removable. Well, good thing I didn't try to tap it out. Thanks for looking that up there, Pez. It didn't feel like it was removable. Good to know. Alright, I just got to get this straight enough so I can push it back through the hole. Hopefully. Alright, so this pin... You don't get a lot of room. I mean, I think you just got to line it up absolutely perfectly. One side's longer than the other. It's a little tweaked, my pin. Almost as if I pulled it out. Marco looks like the same thing. I gotta go on Marco today and order stuff. My problem is when I go to Marco or any of these Pinball Life or whatever to order what I need, I sit there for another 35, 45 minutes looking at what I want. Like, is there anything else I want to get while I'm here? While I'm already buying stuff and spending a ton of money, is there anything else I can get? Try to bend this. Guilty? Yeah. Well, you also, it's just, you're already there. Might as well, right? Alright. If I can get this to get started, I might just very carefully tap it back in. Could also find another solution besides this stupid pin. Somebody's... I mean, when they're put in, it's... I've been waiting for their Thursday Twitch streams. They usually have a free shipping over 99 code. Oh, yeah. Their streams are on when I'm working. Of course, that's pretty much par for the course for everything else. But yeah, I need to get in on that. I'm going to tap this in a little bit. Where is... I don't have a hammer. How can you not have a hammer? There are things that can act like a hammer. There we go. It's moving. If I only had a hammer. Yeah. It's coming out the other side now. That's good. The most difficult part is this stupid pin. Come on. You know you want to. All right, let's see if I can hold it with my needle nose and then tap my needle nose a little bit. See if I can get it to go down further. Sorry, I'm down here on the floor. If you're not already repairing your stuff on the floor, I don't think you're doing it right. Both sides out. See if I can grab it and pull it the other way. Yes, now I'm going to grab the other end of the pin. See if I can pull through the other way. But you say, there's a little bit of white lithium grease on it. That's not going to be beneficial to making this move. Well, we're going to make it move anyway. Come on. Go inside. There we go. A little bit more. Really, I got the pin in, so basically all I need to do is just make sure it stays out of the way. So I can pull this side, pull this side. Yep. And just a little bit more. Get the Gorilla Glue. Well, why would I want to use Gorilla Glue when I've got duct tape right here? Jeez. Gorilla Glue? Alright, so I'm just going to bend this pin out of the way. It's going through like it's supposed to. We're going to tap it out of the way and bend it out of the way. It'll be fine. Just got to make sure it stays free. The handyman's friend. Duct tape worked for MacGyver. It can work for me. Alright, I'm bending the pin out of the way of the movement. So it's not going to come out. Yeah, it's not in all the way, but we are starting with a bent pin. A little bit of... Alright. There we go. Movement is a lot better because, well, get all the light off of here. We do have a little bit of lithium grease that we put right there. Give us a little bit barrier. We have lithium grease on this side now. But it's a nice and smooth as you're going to get with it being metal on metal. So yeah, it's moving pretty good. Alright, so we are going to put this guy back in here. The only thing I have to line up, shouldn't have to line up too much because it's just a square, and that's a square, so it shouldn't be too bad. Guess I have to make sure I put the right side up. There's a flat side and a rounded side. But that can be put on later. That doesn't have to be put on now. Put this guy back in its hole. Look at that. Look at the free movement. It moves so freely. It's so free. It's like 2019. Back when we were free. Weren't all locked up. Alright, we're going to put the plate back in. It's not, obviously it's not beautiful, but it's not dirty. That's the big thing. I'm going to turn these guys around. And then we'll get on to the coil. This coil stop is really interesting with the whole spring on the bottom. I guess that's because when you do change the power of the bat, I mean, it gives it a little bit of a cushion. Pretty interesting. I've never seen it before. So that's that one. Oh, did I clean that off? I did. This part's going to have some dry lube on it too when we get there. I did put it back on right. Well, there's only one way to put it on because the bat piece went under there. So why is this? Who put these screws in? This screw does not go straight down. It's kind of at an angle. It's not me. That's the guy who put it in. Tested by whoever. He should have been watching this. Should have been like, hey, Carl, you're putting the screws in at an angle. We're going to need you to put them in straight. Doesn't matter. Nobody sees it. Yeah, but Carl, it's standards, man. We got to have standards in this place. Carl was fired later that same day in my imaginary Williams factory. All right. La la, I'm a free-flowing bat. Bat? All right. So now we cleaned this out. Yeah, we cleaned this. It doesn't look absolutely perfect because this part's worn, I think. Well, maybe. No, I can get that off. What am I talking about? That will come off. Just got to get in there and get it. Buffer time. Oh, yeah. Add a little bit of buffer time into the stream here because I don't go back to work till 5 today, so I got a little bit more time than normal. Let's get that. So we definitely need to make sure that in this space right here, we're going to have to put a little bit of lithium grease, I think, because I don't think the dry lube is going to do it. Break off that, break off that. So much in there. Wow, it is so caked on this. Still looking at the part catalog. I needed to turn the page. There is a different assembly to the line drive. H80 is the correct coil. The replacements look like they have a replaceable sleeve, but I think they were sold with that same built-in brass sleeve. Sorry for the mistake. No need for apologies. As far as I know, this thing's okay. I don't think I have that. I need to get that catalog, that Williams catalog. I know you can just look at it on the internet, but I like to have it in paper. Interesting, though. We are learning a lot about this stuff. Ooh, you're shining up a lot better. Flipping through online, yeah. Well, I like to have the paper version too, because that's what I do with the electromechanical manual, repair manual, because sometimes it's hard to get to the computer and look. I like to have that paper one on, and then, trying to look on your phone. And I'm not saying that my eyes suck. My eyes kind of suck. Try to look it on their phone. Looks like I'm not really that concerned with positioning. I think there's only one way it can rest. Although I did take the picture. So we'll look back through the picture. Okay, we did clean out this hole. But I gotta didn't we? I gotta check anyway. Don't drop it. Alright, so we're getting a shinier, more acceptable piece. Not going to have to be punished by the pinball cleaning gods because I didn't clean it the right way. I'm going to be like, yes, this is acceptable to us. Here, have a multi-ball. Thank you, pinball gods, but I was really looking for an extra ball. Why are you so greedy? I have shunned the pinball gods. Just a little bit around this post is this gunky stuff that I can't get my paper towel or my fingers. There we go. Pondering Pez. Oh, yes. All right. A little bit more alcohol. I think I'm done with this piece here. But I think I have to wait. Don't have to wait. I got to do the coil first before I put this one back on. I think. But looking a little bit. Laughing Pez and the pinball gods asking why you're greedy. Oh. You're far away. Okay. Laughing. Yes. Stay there, guy. Don't lose it. Alright, so this is very acceptable now. Look at that. Nice. We're going to set aside here for a second because I think, doesn't it go on like this? Like that? It's not moving right. Oh, I got to get this, that's a good idea. I got to get this piece of the cotter pin bent a little bit more because it looked like it was getting stuck there. Why would it get stuck on this piece? What is locking that up? Oh, because this piece is fatter. That's why it's getting stuck. The cotter pin goes around the one piece because it's thinner. That's what we gotta do. There we go. But obviously look at all these parts here. This will do a dry lube in here. And then this part we're gonna have to put probably a little bit of the lithium. Alright. Bad boy coil sleeve. So I'm assuming all this gunk can come off the front. Good thing is I took a picture of it before. So we got a nice good before picture. So then I can take a picture after and see if I at least got it visibly enough to be different. So the very edge of this coil sleeve is just a little bit banged up, I would say. Chewed up. Doesn't feel like it's on the inside though. I think it's a little bit just on the outside. All right. We're not going to be able to do anything about taking it out. Obviously, we've learned this lesson. But it did not look brass. I mean, part of it does. Looks like it's got silvery. Really? Really? It's not really dirty? What? What? I am not not getting any dirt really out of that. That's amazing. Let's get this coil stop here. That still looks good there too. So of the entire mechanism, coil stop and the coil was really good. Here's the plunger. Alright, so we're going to at least, I'm not going to take this pin out. We're going to have to try to clean all that on here. I don't want to mess any of that up, but we can get the plunger. Technically, the plunger should be clean. Nobody ever swung the bat. They did something. I mean, there's so much other dirt. They just looked at the bat. Nothing really, no. Yeah, the actual plunger itself is pretty good. Yeah, nothing. Well, good. This, on the other hand, this piece is really grubby. This is where that roller is. So I'm going to have to see about possibly, I think that might be a dry loop situation, or we'll figure it out. But either way, it's a clean off this gunk situation. Running out of alcohol. A lot of interesting finds on this mechanism here. Just gunky. It's gunky. So gunky that it's just not coming off very well with the sandpaper. Let's loosen this up a little bit, and then we'll wash it in alcohol. That's interesting. Oh, the other side is horrible. This is the bottom, which I guess is technically the top, which means this dirt and grime is just from time, I guess. It's sitting on top. Getting there. Where did I do with that little piece of, there we go. Little piece of sandpaper. Oh. We have our cotter pins, we have our there we go. This side is not as good, it's the bottom. Or the top, whatever. It's some sort of thing. Alright. That is shiny piece of metal now. Alright, this is the other thing here. This is the roller. So that needs to be really gone over here. Let's try it with mothers. Let's give mother a shot. Oh, now it comes out. Well, that's interesting. That's more places to lubricate. Get this roller. Oh yeah. This roller is a lot easier to clean than I thought it was going to be. Maybe it's the mother's doing its job. Let me get a cleaner towel. you. Good job, mothers. Yes, mothers. There's no shine like mothers. That's their actual slogan. All right. Oh, well, that's the outside. We got to get the inside. So the outside's looking good. Inside needs to get a little bit of Q-tip action. Or fake Q-tip action. Yep. All the bits of grime that we expect to find. Here, let's just dip this side, and then we'll just pull it through the other way. Nice. Nice. So this will be a dry lube thing. I like your slogan. If you're not using mothers, are you really polishing? Yeah, I mean they should use. Yeah, they should hire me. I could be their pitch man. Bet they don't know that it's being used on pinball or pitch and bat. There. Well, my fingers don't help, but that piece is clean. Now the piece that goes onto, that's the screw. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. We're going to wipe that off and we're going to dry lube. Dry lube it before we put the roller back on. So that cotter pin should probably just stay on there. It shouldn't have come off. I should just leave it on the end. There. Put that cotter pin back on while we're standing here, sitting here, whatever here. There we go. And now the roller should be actually doing, oh, I don't know, what's it called? Oh, yes, rolling. All right. Where's my dry lube? Filling it up. Oh, it's like the best butter ever. It's so smooth. It's so creamy. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Stay there for now. All right, so we're still... Ooh, that part needs to be cleaned off. Forgot to get that. There's so many pieces. Gonna have to get this because that's exactly where it rolls on. It's not... It doesn't go anywhere else. Where is my... There you are. Get the build up here first. So I think we're going to get to the point of putting it back together here. So I think maybe a little bit, I don't know, maybe a little bit of lithium right there, maybe? Or just more dry lube. Maybe dry lube. Dry lube sounds good. All right, you stay over here. This guy could probably just go back now. Put him back in there. Need to clean this off a little bit. And then we gotta put our, yeah. So the order of operations here, we're gonna put this piece on after I put that on, obviously, this on. This piece, then the coil, the plunger, and then the roller. I'm gonna find another. Oh yeah, we're gonna Loctite. We're gonna Loctite that too. So I guess I don't have to find another washer. We're gonna Loctite it. And Loctite should be over here still, right? Yep, there it is. You go. Oh, don't slide. Go It's right there, like that. Loctite, brought to you by Loctite, because it's Loctite. How do you know it's locked tight? Use Loctite. I'm going to have a list of all my sponsors that I'm not getting paid by. And then maybe one day they'll be looking at it like, hey, there's this guy who keeps advertising us. Let's tell him to stop because he's bringing our business down. All right, screw your drivers. A little bit of Loctite is all right. That one in. I'm not going to tighten it all the way yet. I want to get the other one in so I can get a little bit of make sure that it's flat, or as flat as I can make it. All right. Tight, but not tight enough that you want to crack or break a screw. Because that's always fun to do. All right, nice and tight there. Got that. So we are on to the actual plunger itself. Let me give one more rub of alcohol here and see if I can just get it in there without getting dirty. I want to make sure none of my oils on my fingers, or as much as I can, aren't on it. All right, this guy goes in there. So that can sit off to the side, right? Oh wait, I gotta do this guy. Yeah, no, let's take the plunger back out. Put this guy on. So this will be dry lube. Or maybe I should make sure before I do anything that we're getting all the pieces free and clear of goop. Yeah, I thought I cleaned that part off, but I don't. Get here. There we go. Goopy, messy, grimy, icky. There we go. That guy. Dry lube. Blaster dry lube. When it's definitely got to be dry lubed. Alright, you're going in there. You go in here. This I'm going to put a little bit of the lithium to ensure that, oh, like butter. Like butter. That's the wrong washer. That's the right washer. There are two different sizes here, so that's helpful. And we'll get, ow, that's okay. Still moving, still grooving, still happy. Yep. Now, this guy, I didn't touch the plunger, so we should be good. So that goes on here. Ooh, that's still a metal-to-metal piece here too. All right, where is my lithium? So, this is just a guide track. We'll just do the smallest bit. I don't want to do. Just be able to rub along the sides is all I want it to do without causing a problem. This is supposed to pivot. So we're going to put a little bit down here. I'm not squeezing it, I'm just rubbing it with the end of it. Alright. With that, so we got that on there. So we got a little bit of a barrier between these two metal pieces. Just a little bit on this side here. It's not too much. There's a gap So that's nice and smooth. So I can put the pin back on. Let me get a little bit on top too. I don't want to have to do this again, but the lithium grease should last a pretty long time. All right, come on. Oh, don't lose your cotter pins. Tight fit, but smooth fit. So that's good too. There we go. All right, now we're down to the roller. So, do I want to put a little bit of lubricant on this roller? We will find out later. Let's just put this thing on first. So I don't know how it just stays. I guess it just stays there. Just a guide to keep it going, but I think just a little bit of the lithium is going to be a good choice here. Tighten this guy back up. I'm not concerned with putting the bat itself back on the top of the play field. I can wait on that. Okay, washers. Yeah, so that adds a little bit of tension there, so I do want to put a little bit of lithium in there. Let's get a little bit slick. Maybe not that much. So the roller doesn't have a lot of room to go. It's just there to keep it in space. So let's get some of that off. We don't need a lot of it. So now we got. Let me see if I want to see something real quick. If I loosen this up just a little bit and lift it up, will I get a little bit less pressure on it? So lift it up while we tighten it. So it's going up higher. You just want the roller to roll. There it is. Or maybe that... Was this washer on the inside? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? I think that washer was on the inside. Loosen this back up. Luckily, it's not so hard now. Everything's nice and smooth. All right. And then, sorry about that, guy. Sorry about putting the washer on the outside. Washer on the inside. There we go. That makes more sense. And then we are G to G, I think. Come on. Come on, get on there. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Tighten AE. Oops. There we go. Why did you get looser? Crescent wrench did not want to crescent. Or wrench. Oh, I hate flatheads. All right. So it's just a little guide on top. It's not, yeah, there we go. La, la. So, put the switch back on. Oh yeah, so that's what it's the end of stroke switch. That's okay. That's all good. Again, with the flathead screws. No, this is the wrong way, dude. Turn that around. There we go, just like that. Oh, dummy. Don't drop it. Thankfully, it's magnetic. That goes on the bat. Okay. Like, wait, what was that for? That's for the bat. Get this side going a little bit and get the other screw. So just like a flipper though, the adjustment needs to be, well, I don't know if it's, well, it doesn't have a hold. It's not like a, okay, it's not exactly like a flipper because I don't think you can hold it. But you still want it to hit at the very end of the thing, right? To get the most power. Just doesn't have a hold on it. A hold coil, I should say. Alright, keep this nice and flat. Make sure we're tight. And then make sure the movement does its thing. That and come on, that. There we go. So now that opens it, closes. We have a spring. Put a spring back in our step. I think the big side was over here. I don't know if that matters too much. Spring, and then spring. Hope springs eternal. There we go. The spring's on. The bat is batting. Popping back and forth. Popping back and forth. That is what we want. Where did the cap go? Okay. Now, let me see if, where's my photos? So we started with the dirty. Yeah. So now I'm going to take a picture of it again. And then I'll just, there we go. So, where's my crate? Trash that one. Delete. Let's go up here. Can I just do this? Alright, so that's the original one. And that's how it is now. So we got a lot of that old, grimy, icky crud off. Get it nice and clean. A little bit of lithium grease is all we did. And the dry lube. And it looks fantastic. So, cool. The only other thing I want to do is get another piece of this rubber. And I'll do that at a later date. And then we'll put the bat back on later too. But that's it. What did that take? An hour and 40 minutes. So we spent 2 hours and 47 minutes on the steppers. We spent 2 hours and 50 minutes on this. And then we're at an hour and 40 minutes on that. So, holy cramoly, man. Look at all the hours we put in, and it's just the playfield. But it's going to be perfect. The only thing left now to do on the playfield, other than identify this fuse, is this. This is the mixing unit. which we assumed on the last stream means that it's going to tell you whether or not to activate the magnet and do a curveball or things like that. So we'll do the mixing unit, but I'm going to order this coil because it's the same one that's on these. You can't see it in any of my photos right now, or any of my images, but it's the same one, so we're going to move on to that tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow. I won't be doing it Thursday, obviously, because that's Turkey Day. But tomorrow we will work on at least cleaning this piece, and then maybe we can get into the back box. This whole piece on the back box slides out, and this is going to be a very important piece. This is where the runners run around the bases. So we need to pull that part out and clean it. Just like any of this, I'm assuming that it's all ganked up the same way. But my gosh, that's a beautiful thing right here. So, awesome. We accomplished what we needed to today. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me again. This was a work break, a little bit longer work break pinball repair on the line drive pitch and bat. And we will be back tomorrow night sometime, 6-ish. And we'll work on the mixer and getting into the back box. Until then, have a happy Monday. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something. I learned something. Things I didn't expect to learn. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys.